Hey guys, welcome back. I am going to be painting a cute little holiday gnome today. You can use whatever kind of stone you can find, or wood or paper or plastic or whatever it is that you want to paint on. You do not have to use Santorini stone like I'm using today. So please don't think that you can't paint with me because you don't have this kind of stone. You can paint this on anything as long as you're allowed, as long as it's okay. Now, I'm just kind of sketching out some ideas here on the Santorini stone, but I'm not going to keep the mustache. I might make another one later with a mustache, but right now, this guy's just going to have a hat and like a beard and a nose and some boots. So we're going to make it simple. People of all ages can make some cute little holiday gnomes with me, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I am starting off with a black beard. It's actually his entire body, but I'm just going to call it a beard because that's what it kind of looks like. And I'm going to add in some pewter gray. Looks like little hairs. I'm doing it with my fine lining brush, which you can also make your own fine lining brush like mine. I will leave the tutorial in the description. If you can't find the description, please take a look at all of my tutorials. There's over 95 of them, I believe. And some in there may be really helpful for you. I have different fine lining brush, my resin tutorial, lots of things for people of all ages and all artistic abilities. So make sure you take a look. And you can do the beard of your holiday gnome whatever color you want. It can be ginger. It can be different shades of ginger. It can be just brown. You can do it however you want. I am going to be adding a little bit of white to my gray and just kind of lightening up. And as you can see, I haven't let any of it dry before I go over top of it with a new color. It just kind of helps them blend together a little bit easier, and it's quicker. I'm impatient. So I would love to see pictures of your holiday gnomes when you're done. If you want to send them to rachelsrockscanada@gmail.com, or if you want to enter to win my contest using your holiday gnome as well, please let me know that it is your contest entry. You can also visit Rachel's Rocks on Facebook and send your picture to that page as well. And that way everybody can see it, not just my email. So I am doing a cute little beard with a indigo blue hat with a little bit of lighter color added to it. And I'm also going to do a pink shiny nose because he's cold and he's outside and he's messing around outside. So his nose is going to be pink and shiny. You can do whatever color nose you desire as well. You do not have to follow my color choices at all. It's completely up to you. I'm just here to guide you and give you some inspiration. So I am using indigo blue for my hat, and I'm going to actually use a paintbrush to fill in the color, but then use a small sponge to sponge it out. And it kind of gives it like a soft texture, like it was actually soft to touch. So we want his hat to look soft. So I am going to get rid of all of those horrible brush strokes that you can see, and I'm just sponging it out. And I'm probably going to put 2 layers of this blue so that I can't see through it because that stone is so light behind it. Some of it may show through. So you might need to do 2 coats. Just let it dry a little bit before you start dabbing away at the second coat. And yeah, you might be happy with just the 2 coats. I will be adding a snowflake and some white stitches also to his scruffy little holiday cap. And you guys gave me a really hard time about my snowflakes. Not all of you, just a few select, because my snowflakes did not have the correct amount of points on it. Real snowflakes have 6 points, which I did not look up prior to doing my snowflake tutorial. And I wish I would have, because then I wouldn't have to go to bed upset over how many points I had on my snowflakes. You guys, some of you have a way of making me feel like I've done something wrong, and I'm trying really hard to do the right thing by sharing with you guys how I do things. So no, my snowflakes do not have 6 points all the time. And they won't. And that's just the way it's going to be. And I still think that my snowflakes are really beautiful. So if you don't like my snowflakes, move along. I will, for those of you who have an issue with the amount of points that are on a snowflake, I will make sure that there's only 6 points on my snowflake on his hat today. But that's the only time I'm going to worry about it, just so that you guys can't give me a hard time about it today. So I'm doing some little stitches right along. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. His hat is like ratty and old and wrinkly, but he loves it, and it's the most comfortable hat he owns, and he likes snowflakes. So it's going to be his wrinkly little hat. So make sure you don't do your stitches perfectly, and don't do your snowflake perfectly. Although this is a pretty cute snowflake, it's still not going to be perfect. So make sure that you're not perfect as well, because nothing is in real life anyways. Only in filters and Snapchat are things perfect, you know. Just keep that in mind. Real art is not perfect as far as I'm concerned. So I'm just adding little dots here and there, making my snowflake look kind of like it was stitched onto his hat. And I'm going to use a little sponge and make a circle, because that's going to be a little hairy pom-pom that's hanging off the end of his cap as well. So I'm just going in the one direction, kind of like a twirly, like all the way around the ball. You can't really see it very well right now, but in the end, all the hairs of the snowball are all going in one direction. So just say clockwise. And then I'm going to add some hologram glitter to the pom-pom and to the stitches on the hat, just so that we do have a little bit of glitter for our holiday gnome. So it's up to you. You don't have to do white. You can choose whatever colors you want for your hat. So now onto his little pink nose. I'm using camel and vintage tea rose mixed together to make a little pink nose. And then I'm going to give it a little shine to it by adding a little bit of white. And so he's got a shiny, cold, white pink nose out in the cold. So, but he looks fairly warm, I think. I think the only thing that is cold is his nose. So I'm using a sponge again to get out the brush strokes on the nose and make his nose look nice and soft. And then we'll add the shine to it after. Now he is going to have some little Christmas lights kind of tangled around him because he's trying to put Christmas lights up. And so, yeah, he's going to have some lights, and he's going to kind of look like he's struggling. Well, not really struggling because you can't see his facial expression, but he's going to wear mittens, and the mittens make it hard for him to hang the lights properly. So he's a little frustrated, but he's still a happy little holiday gnome. Now I did outline his nose with black so that it kind of sticks out from everything, from the hair and from the hat. I wanted it to be kind of separated. Now I did give him a little glimmer on the nose with some white paint. You just put it where you think it's best. That's all that matters. Now I am going to use some berry wine, and I'm going to make some cute little glovies. And they're just going to be berry wine gloves with that outline of gold, because we needed to add some gold in here. Or at least I needed to. I needed a gold fix. So it's important to me to try and add it in all of my tutorials. So his gloves will have a little shimmer of gold on them. One glove is going to be upwards because he's going to be holding some lights in that hand. And the other glove's going to be mainly downwards. You can do your gloves whatever color you want as well. Just make sure it's nice and thick, that you have lots of coats of paint on that, or else you're going to see all that hair behind the gloves. So you want to make sure that it's nice and thick, and you've got enough layers of paint on there to cover the hair. And you don't have to have him wearing gloves either. You might not even want to make a holiday gnome. So it's up to you. He can wear any kind of hat. You can even show his little eyes right above his nose if you want to curl the hat up a little bit. It's totally up to you. You can have little pink hands or whatever color hands you want to have. He doesn't have to be wearing gloves, but it's just easier for me to paint gloves than it is for me to paint hands. So because of that, my holiday gnome is frustrated because he has to put lights up with those gloves on. So I just want to thank you guys. I have over 42,000 subscribers now, and more have been subscribing lately because they want to be a part of my awesome contest where you can win a special gift from me. This is an international contest, by the way. So even if it costs me $1 million to send it to you, I'm going to get it sent to you, whoever that winner may be. And it's going to be a variety of different things, some paint pens, some artwork from me, and of course some stones that I like to paint on, but I won't paint on them because I'm going to save them for you. Special stones from me. And yeah, so it's going to be a really fun thing. I hope you guys have seen the contest rules on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook at Rachel's Rocks, because the rules aren't changing and the contest is open until December 15th, 2019. So don't be coming at me next year saying, can I be a part of this contest? This contest is only going till December 15th, 2019. And then I'm moving. So I need to be working hard on the moving part. So I'm using a nice dark green, hunter green, to do like the cord for my Christmas lights or holiday lights. And so I'm just kind of winding it around, making sure that it ends up in his one gloved hand that is holding it, so that he's holding it up. And then I'm just going to add little balls of color to this green wire, to the cord. And it's just going to be really simple Christmas lights. I'm not going to do any shading. I'm not going to make them look like they're glass. They're just going to be colorful, and we're going to love them anyway. But first, I'm going to do like little squares, I guess you can call them, off of the cord. Make sure that I kind of do them evenly apart. And then we're going to add dots of color to each one of those little squares. That's the best way I can explain it. And the lights aren't not plugged in, so don't worry. His little head's not getting burnt by the light bulbs. They're not plugged in yet because he's still struggling. He's trying to figure them out and untangle them with those big fluffy gloves on. So he's working on it, but they have not been plugged in yet. So no worries, everybody. He is just fine. And he'll have friends to help him at the end of the video untangle the lights. That's the best way I can say it. At the end, I'm going to resin it, which is my favorite part. And I'll get to show you a couple of his friends as well, because I decided to make him some friends. So now that I have all my little squares, I'm going to use like a bigger dotting tool. These are nail dotting tools. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them at Walmart. Anywhere you can buy nail art supplies, they usually have them. And that's all I'm using. You can use the end of your paintbrush if it's a little bit thicker, and it's because you want the balls to be big enough that you can see them. The Christmas balls, or Christmas lights, sorry. So I'm just going to have regular colors, same colors that I'm used to seeing growing up on Christmas lights, on strands of Christmas lights everywhere. So a little bit of red, orange, yellow, green, blue. But of course, I'm going to be adding purple in there because that's my favorite color. And I really wanted to have purple Christmas lights in this. So you pick whatever colors you want. If you just want them blue, if you just want them all purple, it's totally up to you. You decide. That's the best part about art. You decide. So I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I want to thank all of my veteran subscribers, the ones who've been there right from the beginning. I love you guys. You guys are my life. And without this, I don't know where I would be. So I just want to make sure that I say thank you to you guys every single time that I post a video. You guys are part of this just as much as me, and I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing and sticking by me, even if sometimes it gets a little slow and you've been waiting a little while. I'm doing the best I can, and I appreciate those of you who are so patient with me and appreciate what I'm doing. So thank you so much. I love you guys. I hope you love this cute little holiday gnome as well. I hope it's a fun project for you. Here comes the purple. Save the best for last, guys. Even when I was a kid, if I had Smarties, I'd be saving the purple ones for later. Like, I save them for last. I know most people like, when you eat your Smarties, do you eat the red ones last? No, I eat the red ones first. If any of you are old enough to understand that song or even remember it, please let me know in the comments. I eat the purple ones last. That's what I do. I think that's how I figured out what my favorite color was. So he's almost done. I am going to put my signature on the front. Just my initials. Simple, simple. He's upside down. Now I am going to add a little shine to each one of those Christmas lights by using white paint. Just like I did with his nose, I'm just going to add a little shine to each one of those lights in a random area. And I'm also adding his boots, and I added his hologram to, like, the glitter hologram 2796. We're back. I have added that to the snowflake and the stitches on his hat and his pom-pom. So it's all glittery up there. Hard to see in this video, of course, but it's noticeable in person. And where I'm adding his boots right now, I'm just using a dark brown and just doing like the ends of his boots, just a little bit. And then I will kind of go in with a little bit of gray and kind of cover the boots a little bit in the hair, just to kind of make sure it doesn't look all cut off there for some reason, because I added the boots at the wrong time. So if I were you, I would add the boots prior to the hair. Just a little hint. But hey, I don't know how I'm going to do things until I do them. So this is how it turns out. And then I just have to correct myself with you guys. So hologram on the stitches. It just so slightly sparkles. But have you seen wool that kind of has like a shine, a shimmer, glitter to it? That's what that's supposed to resemble, is like a glittery yarn stitched into this ratty old blue hat that he loves so much. That's his working hat. That's what he wears to go put the lights up. Yeah, he's pretty cute. I got a thing for gnomes. They are so cute. And I've seen a lot of really nice ones on Facebook lately and on Pinterest. And I was like, oh man, I've never painted a gnome before. I have to try it. They're so cute. So I am making sure that all of them have a little shine. They look dull now that they're dry, so I'm adding the shine to them now. And if you take a look when they're wet, take a look where the white shine is on them while they're wet, because that's pretty much where you're going to have to put your white paint once they're dry, so that they still look wet. It's confusing, but it does change them up quite a bit, and it makes them look just super shiny, super glassy. Not lit up though. If you can make them look lit up, that is awesome. But mine aren't plugged in yet. So they're boring, but shiny and colorful. So I am going to show you them resined. That's my favorite part. And I will be adding these to my Etsy shop along with a bunch of other stuff today. So if you have the chance, get over there fast and see if you can pick one up. They do go fast, and I get a lot of upset comments afterwards, but I do like to give notice when I'm posting in my Etsy shop. So I did let everybody know on Facebook yesterday. But I'm letting everybody know now these guys will be going in and I will be making more as well. So if you do go to my Etsy shop and it looks really empty, check back because I do post sometimes 3 times a week nowadays. So trying to make some cool stuff for everybody to have around this time of year. So once I've outlined his gloves in black, I'm going to add gold as well for the outline, but make sure you outline in black just to make sure the gloves stand off of the hair. It makes them stand out a bit more. And here's my signature. Some people don't know what this says. It's RM because my last name is Mitchell. So yeah, it's RM. I don't ever sign it Rachel's Rocks, unfortunately. But yeah, so here he is. He is ready for his resin bath. Pretty sure. I can't wait to show you him all shiny and glossy because he's just beautiful. But first the gold on his gloves. Sometimes the video goes slower than I expect it to. I do like to slow it down for the resin part most of the time so that you guys can get to see it really well. But sometimes in the editing process, I don't really know what's going to happen in the end. So I will apologize for that. If there's any glitches or if I'm rambling on for too long, you guys do let me know. But I'll try not to. I'm just trying to keep you from getting bored and shutting it off. Because the best part is yet to come. I'm pretty happy with him. I think he looks tangled in his lights, but I still think he's cute and happy and ready to get the lights over and done with. I've added a little bit of gold to my initial, of course, not enough gold in this one. But now we're going to see him and his gnomies. Just hanging out here, me and my gnomies. Oh, I haven't had a lot of sleep, guys. It's been rough. There he is. See how that resin just brings out all of the color and the shine? It just makes everything pop. Now, I am using art resin, which is completely non-toxic. It's food safe. That's how non-toxic it is. Here's his gnome. Here's his little gnome. He's also got snowflakes that have 6 points, guys. So my medal is in the mail. Nice Christmas balls hanging from a spindly little Charlie Brown Christmas tree behind him. He's a cute one too. I really like him. And I have another little guy that I put on just a regular, kind of roundish looking stone, not a Santorini. See, they look great on any kind of stone, any kind of surface that you want to paint them on. This guy's got a mustache. I wanted to do a mustache, but this guy's got one instead. Aren't they adorable?